What's going on, y'all? It's your boy No Credit. I'm back again with another one. I need you guys to do me a favor. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. That notification icon for more videos like this. That being said, let's get into it. So after Canelo Alvarez humiliating defeat to Terence Crawford, a lot of people are trying to find answers, and they're just saying all types of stuff, and it's getting ridiculous. People are now saying Canelo Alvarez only lost to Bud Crawford because of the sparring partners he had. You know, I even spoke on those sparring partners. A lot of people were saying, oh, man, how could Canelo? But before the fight, this is what y'all was saying, though. This is crazy. You guys are ridiculous. Before the fight, this is what y'all was saying. Y'all was saying, oh, my gosh, Canelo got the adventures. How can Crawford beat him? He's sparring Yo-Yo Hernandez, right? He's sparring Jerron Boots Ennis. He's sparring all of these great fighters. There's no way Bud Crawford can beat him. He's getting elite level sparring. And when I seen that, I was like, whoa, that's actually bad. I told you guys that was bad but y'all don't know boxing, so y'all think I was wrong. I said, no, that's not going to help Canelo. That's going to hurt Canelo. He's going into one of the biggest, if not the biggest fight of his career, which it was actually the biggest fight of his career. He made the most money, had the most attendance, right? He's going into the biggest fight of his career against, pound for pound, arguably the number one fighter at the time, Terence Crawford. And he wants something he's never done before. He wants to spar guys that are not sparring partners. Why? Why do that to yourself? Why put your body through that? And leave, I don't want to make excuses myself, but I'm just saying, why put yourself in that situation and leave it all in the gym? Do you understand what I'm saying? Why leave it all in the gym? Because we heard from some of these sparring partners like Jerron Ennis. He said, I went in there to prove a point. I went in there to prove I can hang with the best fighter, some of the best fighters in the world, a great fighter of this generation. So Jerron Ennis didn't go in there to help Canelo train for Bud Crawford. Jerron Ennis went in there to try to beat on Canelo. But I heard he ended up finding out the hard way. This is what I heard. I heard he went in there trying to put hands on Canelo. He had his moments, but Canelo ended up putting hands on him. This is what I heard from the other sparring partner. From the other sparring partner, who is Yo-Yo Hernandez. Yohenli Hernandez. Yohenli Hernandez said, Canelo put hands and feet on Jerron Boots Ennis. Now you guys are saying, oh, Canelo only lost to Bud Crawford because he was sparring top competition and he left it all in the gym. Bro, didn't I tell you guys that wasn't a good idea? I'm not going to blame that on the loss. He was going to lose regardless. But that wasn't helping him. You know, you can leave the fight in the gym. You understand what I'm saying? He probably was in there. He didn't get a confidence boost. Those guys got confidence boost. Yohenli Hernandez got a confidence boost. Jerron Boots Ennis got a confidence boost. When you spar a guy like that, when you spar those elite level guys like yourself, you may be a few levels above them, but when you spar those guys go in there to prove a point. They go in there to show the world that they can hang with you. They can hang with you. Or they're better than you. They're not going in there to be your friend. They're going in there to try to take you out. This is what a lot of people don't understand, and I'll be trying to tell them. and they're not listening. This is what happened. These guys actually went in there and tried to take off Canelo Alvarez's head. There was no reason for Canelo to be sparring guys like that. You understand what I'm saying? And none of those guys had the ability of a Bud Crawford. So it's absolutely impossible to train for a guy like Bud Crawford. But what's even crazier, those guys are selfish that Canelo was sparring. And I'm going to tell you why. If you got sparring partners that come in and you're training for a fighter, right? These sparring partners are supposed to try to imitate how that other fighter fights. It helps you. But when they don't try to imitate, like Ryan didn't go in there trying to imitate Bud Crawford, what Bud Crawford does. He went in there to try to prove a point. Canelo, and the crazy thing is, he reached out to Canelo. Which makes it even worse. You reached out to that man because you don't like Bud Crawford with a passion. You hate Bud Crawford with a passion. You reached out to Canelo because you don't like Bud. Everybody's starting to see it. He even recently did an interview where he says, man, I know a lot of people are saying I'm hating on Crawford because I didn't watch the fight. You are hating on the man. You've been hating on the man your whole life. You know, you want to be in his place so bad. The biggest fight of his career, you're helping the op train for him. So, if that's not some hating shit, then we don't know what is. But the fact that boxing fans are blaming Canelo fighting these top guys before a Crawford fight as the reason why he lost is ridiculous. Because you said the complete opposite before the fight. You said there's no way Canelo lose. He has the adventures. You know, he summoned the adventures. The guys he's sparring, they're gonna push him. He's gonna walk through Bud. He's gonna make it look so easy. These were your words going into this fight. So why change that now? After what you've seen September 13th. It's just not adding up, man. It just doesn't make sense. Boxing fans are ridiculous, bro. You guys got to make up your mind, man. If you're going to say something, stand on everything you're saying. Or just admit when you're wrong. It's not hard to admit when you're wrong. Just come on there. Say, man, we were wrong. Bud Crawford is the best fighter of his generation.